Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at our board number 3 and cutting it into the 3 pieces for our sides. This is for the 2 sides and the middle of board 3. We already have our blue sheet laid out. It's labeled board 3. This is where the stamp is in the back. This is the top of my board, of course. And this is going to end up being the right side, and this is going to end up being the left side. Okay, now to take this, we already separated it with a pair of scissors. Set that off to the side, bring my board number 3 in. I want my 3 to make sure it's in the back right corner as I'm taking a look at this. So my 3 is right here. My blue sheet goes over the top, and you can see when I'm laying this out on top of here, I have my right, my top, and my left, and my board number 3 stamp is on this side. I'm going to take that off, make sure that my side is lined up. And of course you can turn this if you want to keep your pencil on your right side. Make sure it's lined up with the back, the front, and that side. And then we're going to take and trace this on here. This layout dimension, remember, was 7/8 of an inch. Okay, when I take my template away, that should give me a nice line to visually cut. Okay, I want to do the same exact thing for the other side. Put my template on, line up the back, line up my front, and line up the left side. And I'm going to take and draw this line across. Now, let's take and get our labels on here. So this, I'm going to label right. Middle, I'm going to label top, so I know which side is up for this. And on this side, I'm going to label left. Okay? Now we're ready to go over to the bandsaw and see how this is cut. Come on along with me. Over at the bandsaw, we're going to get you set up. And we want to make sure that our board is sitting flat on the table. We're going to hold the skinny side of the board over on the right-hand side, and my 2 hands on the board are going to be over here. And I'm going to come and proceed through, making sure that my fingers are both, and hands are both on the right-hand side of the blade. Okay? Here we go. Let's turn this on. Keep your hands off to the side. We're going to cut straight down our line. Take your time, go slow. The slower you go, the straighter this cut will be. And we're going to wait for that saw to stop moving before we remove that piece from the bandsaw. Not only is the saw shut off, but we're also waiting for that blade to stop moving. Okay, once the blade stops moving, I can use my piece to knock this forward, and now I can take this one off to the side. There's my left side of the slide. Turning my board around, once again, I'm going to hold on to the right side of the board. I'm holding on to the bigger piece. Doing it this way, fingers are too close to the blade. I'm going to turn my board around so that I'm holding on to the large piece of the slide. Make sure your fingers are out of the way of the cutting path and go straight down that line. Make sure you go slow so that this cut ends up being straight. Shut the saw off. Wait for the saw to stop moving. Okay, that looks good. Now I can clear this piece away from the saw. I now have my right side, my left side, and I now have my top. Okay, this middle piece is the part that we're going to sand to make it skinnier so that I can actually slide through the gumball machine. Thanks for watching how to cut your board number 3 on the bandsaw.